My sweet nieces and fellow queenagers, if there is one lesson I hope you carry with you through every season of your life, it's to always remain joyful. Never become less joyful. Somewhere between childhood and adulthood, some of us receive the message, many of us receive the message that maturity requires us to be serious and to abandon that joy, and that wisdom requires us to leave the playful parts of ourselves. But that's not true. As we age, sometimes we begin to believe that adulthood is measured by how much stress we can carry, or how productive we can be, or how we can serve everyone else's needs. The truth, however, is that some of the healthiest, wisest, happiest people I've ever met are the ones who never lost their ability to laugh, to wonder, and to find joy in ordinary moments. They understand something that modern life often causes us to forget. Playfulness is not the opposite of being mature. It's one of those ingredients that makes maturity sustainable. When we're children, play comes naturally because we're so deeply connected to present moments. We're fascinated by butterflies and trees and seashells and adventures. And we don't need a reason to dance when music comes on because our bodies instinctively respond to the beat, which is joyful. As we age, however, many of us begin to live our lives almost entirely in our minds. We worry about the future, we replay the past, managing responsibilities, and carrying burdens that just seem to multiply with every passing year. And in the process of that, we become disconnected from the very things that make us feel rich and meaningful, and just the very things that make life feel rich and meaningful. Remaining playful as we age is one of the ways we find our way back to ourselves. Even science confirms this. And it's something that our ancestors understood intuitively. Laughter lowers stress hormones. It supports the immune system. It increases circulation. It helps calm the nervous system. Joyful activities stimulate areas of the brain associated with creativity, learning, memory, and emotional fortitude. People who maintain strong social connections laugh regularly. They engage in hobbies they enjoy, and they stay curious about life. Those people often report greater life satisfaction and better mental health as they grow older. Challenges don't disappear, but the capacity to navigate those challenges becomes stronger because joy acts as a buffer against life's challenges. For my queenagers, this conversation becomes especially important during menopause because menopause is often discussed as a physical transition, but it is equally emotional, neurological, and I believe spiritual. Fluctuating hormones can affect mood, sleep, memory, your energy, and your emotions. There may be days when anxiety appears out of nowhere, when brain fog makes simple tasks very hard, or when irritability arrives despite your very best intentions. During this stage of life, many people mistakenly believe they need to push harder, work harder, be stronger. But what many discover, however, is that healing often requires the opposite approach. It requires creating more space for joy, more opportunities for laughter, more moments of connection. When we engage in playful activities, whether that means dancing, beaching, gardening, learning a new skill, spending time with friends, swimming, whatever it is, or just laughing until tears come out of our eyes, we help regulate our nervous system and lower chronic stress that can intensify menopausal symptoms. Joy supports better sleep, and better sleep supports hormonal balance. Joy helps reduce anxiety, which can help lessen feelings of overwhelm. Joy encourages movement, which improves and supports cardiovascular health, bone health, and mobility. Joy just does a lot. In many ways, playfulness becomes one of those underrated forms of preventative medicine available to us. So to my young nieces, I hope you understand that the goal of life is not to simply become successful. It's to become responsible. It is not simply to become admired. You have to be fully alive while becoming all these things. Don't allow anyone to shame you for your enthusiasm, your laughter, your imagination, your sense of wonder. Those qualities are not weaknesses that need to be outgrown. They are strengths, and they will carry you far. They will carry you through difficult seasons when life becomes challenging. And my fellow queenagers, I want to remind you that the playful young woman you once were is not gone. She's just been waiting for you to take those layers of obligation and caretaking and heartbreak and achievement off of your plate to return to her. She still exists. Life is precious. Time is limited. So, my sweet nieces and beautiful queenagers, please protect your joy, protect your laughter, protect your curiosity and your sense of play. The years will pass whether you embrace them or resist them. But the women who thrive are often the ones who approach life with an open heart, a grateful spirit, and a willingness to find delight in the ordinary. Aging is a privilege that many never receive, and one of the most beautiful ways to honor that privilege is to continue living with the same sense of wonder and joy that made childhood so magical in the first place. Thank you for listening. Love, health, and wealth. Peace.